if I thought I had a shot. I mean, absolutely. He's one of the more athletic guys, and he can make plays for both teams. I get it, but it would be an upgrade, and it's not an insult on Spencer Petras and Alex Padilla. I have defended those guys, especially Spencer, for months and months and months and months. But the fact of the matter is, they need more competition in that room. They need more competition this coming spring. Now, Calzada is recovering from a shoulder issue. I believe he had surgery on his left shoulder, I recall. But I believe he played through that injury during a portion of the season for Texas A&M. And if you haven't seen, just watch the highlights of that Alabama game. And boy, he basically is what you wanted as an Iowa quarterback, just better, or what Kirk wants, just better. So to me, he'd fit the mold. And again, he's had a relationship. He's a Georgia kid. But Iowa has offered him, again, class of 2019. It's interesting. I look back at their 2019 quarterback offers, Mark, at least according to, I think it was 247 Sports. 3 of like the 11 guys that they offered at quarterback who did not come to Iowa, 3 of the 11 are now in the portal. Fomachan's one, Calzada's another, and then a kid from Minnesota who's never seen the field. I don't remember his name. But, and I'm not saying, there's always a reason why a kid enters the portal. But some of these kids like Calzada and Nix, these guys have all played and proven themselves. It's not just, well, I'm getting up and leaving because I didn't cut it.
Now, Pumachan has not. He has not played.
Right.
Not Clemson, but the other guys are proven. Correct. Not proven elite, but proven that they can have a Power 5 job and be a good quarterback, a capable quarterback, a better producing quarterback than what Iowa currently has.
But even the Clemson kid, Tyson, I'm not saying that he's the answer, but he is at Clemson, and there was a lot of hype around DJ heading into this year. So I wouldn't just dismiss it like, oh, he didn't make it at Clemson. He's at Clemson, one of the most dominant programs in the last 10 years. And he was the backup there. That's better than Iowa can say at quarterback.
It's astounding once again. So I'm looking at the list of transfer portal quarterbacks that are currently available. If you want a better version of Spencer Petras, Keaton Slovis, bit of a statue, but
Mark, it's another one Iowa should know about because they played him in the Holiday Bowl and he was incredible. Now I know USC got beat badly in that game, but remember Slovis got banged up in that Holiday Bowl.
It was a close game when he got knocked out.
Correct. And I remember Iowa fans saying, man, that kid is tough. Yeah, there's no question. He's another one. He just entered the portal today, didn't he? Or yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He should be on their radar.
Bo Nix, Miles Brennan. There's another LSU quarterback, really good player.
Yeah.
Miles Brennan had thrown 11 touchdowns in his first 3 games for LSU last year before he got hurt. There's Zach Calzada. Let's see if there's anybody else of note that's still available. Harrison Bailey was a Tennessee recruit who played a little bit there, but never really proved anything.
Zach Annexstad's out there. I'm not saying obviously he lost his job at Minnesota. I'm just giving you guys an idea.
Yeah. We've hit. I think we've gone through the highest rated guys that definitely, well, not definitely, would most likely win the starting job at Iowa. I don't think there's much question. The guys that we named off the top. Absolutely. Now we're getting to a layer with Annexstad, Jack Plummer, Purdue. He's in the
yes, he is.
He had won the job from Aiden O'Connell a number of times. Those two have been battling it out for like 2.5 years back and forth.
And he's mobile. He is mobile. I mean, he was their primary runner. So
Chuba Purdy, Florida State. He again is not a proven guy. And then that's pretty much.
But there's more coming. There's more coming. I mean, the waterfall has the floodgates have bursted on this, and we're early. I mean, it's December 14th. I mean, I think guys are going to transfer. I mean, it's going to be a busy offseason.
Yeah, they are. And the other time that we see a big flood of transfers is right after spring practice, when guys can kind of size up where they stand and if they're not satisfied.
And the reason why I've been speaking this now, not that the coaches care what I have to say, but what I am frustrated with is, again, I haven't heard that Iowa's even looked into the portal for a quarterback, but I seriously doubt, as much as I doubt that Iowa's going to look into the portal and find one now, I seriously doubt that Iowa would go out and get a quarterback after spring ball and make him the starter. It's just, I can't imagine Kirk going with a quarterback who's never participated in a spring practice. I mean, I doubt I don't think that's ever happened. I'd have to look back. I'm almost positive that's never happened. So and again, I see John's comment here about Carson May. They need all the competition at quarterback they can get. And again, I keep hearing great things about Joey Labus. That he really, possibly that had something to do with Deuce Hogan deciding to transfer out. But I'll tell you, Deuce Hogan leaving is a blow because, again, it would have just been so nice to have him there. Maybe he would have transferred out anyways, but Kirk's comments after the Nebraska game, that sealed the deal. And it's frustrating. It's disappointing. I wish Deuce Hogan nothing but the best, but they need, if it's not Deuce in there, which likely will not be since he's in the portal, it's you hope that Carson May can be there. Other than that, you've got 3 scholarship quarterbacks in at least through spring. You have Labus and Padilla and Petrus.
I'm going to let your guy Kirk know one of many examples out there. Joe Burrow showed up on campus in July at LSU.
Yeah, he did.
Sure,
you're right.
You want them earlier, obviously, but yeah,
it's just,
this is where it would be fascinating to know what those conversations are like.
Like I said, I could be wrong. I just wonder if Iowa believes there's a problem at quarterback. I just wonder that. I almost feel like perhaps they don't feel that there is, and that they're more knowledgeable, far more knowledgeable than I am. But to me, it's obvious that there is an issue there, and there was an issue up front. That's true. But let's remember, Iowa did a lot of work in 21 at offensive line. So they got, Jennings Dunker is a kid we haven't seen at all. David Cobb's a 4-star kid we haven't seen much of at all. Connor Colby was a true freshman this year. They got a lot of pieces at offensive line. I have to think they'd figured that out. And then again, they've got the kid. They're obviously in the portal looking as far as the offensive line is concerned. I just wonder if Iowa believes there's a problem at quarterback.
We've gotten to a place with this transfer portal, which, of course, the quarterback position being the most prestigious and the one that only has one spot on the field. So it's not like you're an offensive lineman and you can't find a starting job on your team. Well, you've got real problems, because if you can't find a spot in the starting 5 and in a position that usually goes out to about 7 deep that play, then you're likely not going to go to a like program and find a spot. But quarterback, obviously, there's only one that gets the start, and therefore that being one reason why it gained a lot of attention, that this would be a way for quarterbacks to look for a way to compete for a starting job. It's gotten to the point where, and we don't know the reasoning behind all of these moves. Some of them are easy to see. A guy is stuck behind another guy or in a position where they're not getting time. Jameson Williams is a classic example. We're talking about a guy that's going to be a top pick in the NFL draft, but he couldn't get on the field at Ohio State, and he's a star at Alabama. Just because they had a ridiculous wide receiver room. But, it's gotten to a point with some of these quarterbacks. I don't know why they left. Bo Nix is the starting quarterback at Auburn. Nobody's challenging him. I don't get it. Max Johnson was the starter at LSU. He was doing well. He was fine. I don't, in terms of on the field, obviously, I don't know the situation otherwise, but it's just strange sometimes.
It is. And, another guy we didn't bring up is Gabriel from Central Florida. And I saw he committed to UCLA.
That's why I didn't. But
what's interesting about that one is, Mark, I was hearing last week that Spencer Radler was possibly a lock for UCLA. And maybe I was listening to the wrong people, but
I don't think so. That was pretty common.
But just think about that. So UCLA was obviously looking in the portal at quarterback, and I don't even know what their quarterback. You probably know what their quarterback room looks like, but they were obviously looking in the quarterback portal or the transfer portal for quarterback. They don't get their man Radler, and what do? They just go get Gabriel within days. So that's what that is being aware. Chip Kelly's aware that they need help at that position, so they went out and made sure they got their man. And let's be honest, Gabriel was one of the better quarterbacks. Can you agree with that in the portal?
Oh, sure. If you believe in the 247 ranking, I don't know if they're ranking these as high school players, so maybe I won't read these off because no, I don't think so. Because Spencer Radler, they've got it down at number 4, and he was the number 1 quarterback in his class.
Well, how is Ewers? But 247 has Ewers right now.
They've got Ewers number 1. Yeah, so
not sure how that works. He's never played.